Because I won't send 420.
It won't let him send 420. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam, we do miss you, Sam. We do miss you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're gonna just move along.
Yeah, we're gonna move along, and we have another special guest.
We have another special guest. We're having a whole party.
Yeah, we are having a big party. So
very excited.
You want to bring him in? Should we just
yeah.
Because we can do news all night, and I know that's not.
And all of these stories are quite depressing, actually.
Yeah,
those are some seriously sad news stories. I want some happy news.
Well,
there's a website called like Happy News or something.
Yeah,
happynews.com.
Yeah, well, this is supposed to be happy news, but we'll see what ends up happening, because we'll have all kinds of entertainment as we go along. For those of you who are familiar with unique streamers who have very, very large audiences and cover not just the United States, but all over the world, it's kind of surprising how far he reaches. But Jen, and I would say our channel in general really owes a lot to this gentleman. He really.
But I don't even think he knows. Wait, bring him on.
Well, we're gonna bring on none other than Vaush. He's here.
Hi.
Hello there. How are you all doing?
Good. So, do you realize like how monumental you were to our little channel?
I've heard rumors, but I tried not to let it get to my head.
No, but you should, because of you, it's ridiculous. Like we were a small, we're still kind of small.
You're on here for 2 seconds and Vaush Brand immediately appears. Oh my Lord. My friend, your reputation precedes you. I don't know what it is. I think you just got a lot of haters. That's definitely part of but that's part of being a big channel. Would you say that that's just naturally what happens? When you ultimately end up having a large following, there's always going to be a line of dissenters. It's just the natural progression of the way things ultimately come about.
I think the only people who get involved in politics who don't attract a crowd of haters are probably people who are too scared to speak frankly on issues they care about. I think that pretty much any strong progressive advocate is going to end up attracting a good number of angry people,
Yeah, I find it fascinating with you, actually. And I know I said this to you before. You never watch Seinfeld? Did you ever watch Seinfeld at all?
No, I'm afraid it was showing my age a bit here, but I'm afraid it was actually a little bit before my time.
No, I know, but it's in syndication. But so there's this episode where Seinfeld really likes this girl. He likes her. She's like seemingly perfect. And all his friends think she's such a loser, and he can't figure it out. He's like, oh my God, but she's so nice. I got to bring my parents in to assess, because what am I not seeing? And I feel like when people talk crap about you, I don't understand. No, I don't understand. You get crap for the trans community has issues with you, which I can't for the life of me understand. And can you explain? It's bizarre to me.
I think okay. If you've spent any length of time online, I think you'll find that there's a lot of really toxic infighting amongst progressive and left-leaning people. And unfortunately, I think often people with even the best intentions get roped into that. So I'm a pretty forward-speaking person, not a tremendous filter on me, which I don't think is in any way, shape, or form conflict with the values I hold. But it does mean sometimes that you get into arguments with people with whom you share really minor disagreements. One of the best advocates for trans, ideas, trans rights online is a woman named ContraPoints, who is a channel. Yeah. Well, that's the channel name. And she also is just bitterly, bitterly hated by some portions of the online trans community. It's tragic, but I try not to think too much of it, because I know this. 5 years ago, there were also perfectly wonderful people who I disliked for petty, bickery, online infighting reasons. So I just try to think maybe in 5 years they'll come over the same way that I did, and we'll all get along and try to push for something together,
Yeah, because I've now been, I think, following you and listening for a long time. Feels like a really long time. And I have yet to hear you say anything that I have found remotely objectionable or inappropriate or so when I think people have an issue, I'm like, what are they listening to? Like, I just, it's weird. I can't see what it is.
My support for the Palestinian people has angered a couple of people on Twitter the past day.
Okay, well, so. I get that too. Okay, I get that too. But that's not, I mean, that's whatever. I've been called a self-loathing Jew and all sorts of things like that. And I keep moving further and further to the left on Israel, which is not necessarily ideal for electoral politics in Broward County.
Maybe not. You know, I'm not Jewish myself, but I grew up in Beverly Hills, which has a lot of Persian Jews there. And when I grew up, these were very left-leaning people for the most part, you know, very progressive attitudes. And at the time, I didn't know anything about Israel-Palestine, but these were not the people you see getting online over these issues. I know that often the loudest voices when it comes to the Israel-Palestine stuff aren't Jewish people. It's fundamentalist Christians who have a military interest in maintaining our hegemony there. So I think it's really disingenuous when people say your opinion on this matter has anything to do with how Jewish you are or whether or not you support Jewish people. I think it's a very horrible way of reducing down the nature of the conflict.
Yeah, I mean, we've always had that issue because it's almost like you have to, if you accuse somebody of being anti-Semitic, you're easily able to shut down the conversation because now all of a sudden they're just inherently wrong. And they equate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism, and that's very problematic. It's inaccurate, and that is what a lot of people use to sort of keep the discussion off the table and to not even discuss the idea of not supporting Israel. But I wanted to ask you something, Erica, regarding what he just said, because one of the things I've heard, and I don't know if this is North Carolina too, but in South Carolina, that some of the biggest pro-Israel people are the Christian fundamentalists.
Wow, and I have seen that, and I have experienced that in North Carolina as well. As for me and our campaign, we took a hit from a little bit from the opposing side when we were the only Democrat in the North Carolina Senate. There was a piece of legislation that came before the chamber floor, the North Carolina Senate floor, and it was a penalty for anyone, any company in North Carolina that was against that was participating in BDS. And so I was concerned at the number of colleagues and people who were afraid to vote the right way on that. And so to be the only Democrat to take that stand, I believe that there is a fair bit, but people don't feel as comfortable navigating that, particularly if you're not Jewish or Palestinian.
Yeah.
I know for me and my reference point, I stand in solidarity with all oppressed and marginalized communities across this world. And we as a country have been too much on the wrong side of colonialism and imperialism, and we can do better to build a more just society. And that starts with a more ethical foreign policy.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what, though? It's interesting because it's like you would think that being Jewish gives you more standing to talk about this, like what you're saying, like somehow it's more okay. Actually, no. Actually, it's like the hate is palpable from inside the tribe when you talk against the state of Israel.
Right.
I generally don't bring it up unless asked, just because I know what I feel like, but it's not necessarily worth infuriating people. Thank you so much, Thomas, for the happy 50th. I love that. And we are, just to remind everybody, we are doing this as a fundraiser.
A perfect time to plug.
A perfect time to plug. I don't know what vampire mommy milkers are, but anything, Vaush, what kind of stuff, what are vampire mommy milkers?
Oh,
and
he
what
doesn't even want to see, he doesn't want to address it.
People are embarrassing him now. He feels like probably saying, look, people, we're amongst the more like, we're amongst
ladies present here.
We're amongst liberals, people. We have to contain ourselves.
Can we talk about this, please?
Yes. Okay. So guys, this is one of the projects that Gen Core is working on. This is one of the things we're raising money for. I'm going to start monthly distributions. This month, we're actually putting them together in a couple of days. Sponsor a pack. These are health hygiene kits, things like socks, underwear, blankets, toothpaste, toothbrushes, Band-Aids. We have different ideas coming in as to like what sort of things to add, but basically just survival type kits. And we're really wanting to be doing $350 a month. That is where your money is going. That and potentially my frosty beverage at Taco Tuesday next month.
Yes. And of course,
we do Trash
valid.
and Taco Tuesday. The first Tuesday of every month, we do Trash and Taco Tuesday. We do a beach cleanup followed by tacos. And so, yes, your contribution could be well paying for a taco and a frosty beverage, but also a beach cleanup.
Become a monthly Patreon. It would be wonderful.
Become a monthly Patreon. And all of the links to help us out are below, but $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, all of that really helps us be able to serve.
And the donation we're asking for this evening is $20. $20 is how you can sponsor a Gen Core care. You know, you're cut off. I'm cutting you off. You're not having any more drinks.
I need another beverage.
What did he like?
Where's
like
the
three
cabana boy?
like three,
I need some fireball shots.
No, we're not.
I feel like we're gonna.
Somebody has to be you be the liberal, I'll be the conservative. The conservative says you're relaxed.
All right, guys. So this is what we're collecting money for. So all of your donations go to Gen Core. All we do is local service, and that's one of the things that we're doing. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Maya.
All right, so we could go back to talking about something serious if you want.
Yes.
I apologize for the juvenility of my audience. And by the way,
but that's okay. We've accepted the fact that there are people who are simply going to act like kids.
I like it.
And a happy birthday.
I don't understand your little world and the Twitchies and all that. It's like I don't understand the games and this stuff, but I like it. And I look at your thumbnails and the words, and I'm like, okay, then you're playing like the death blow or whatever. I don't know.
Actually, this is a good opportunity to ask Vaush.
Look at him. He's laughing at me because
I'm not. No, I'm laughing at me. I promise you, I am the butt of this joke. It is I am.
No, you're just young. No. You're young. No, I'm just old.
No, but Vaush, I think you could definitely help us. We're trying to update our aesthetic to the show. We want to have a little intro music, maybe a little graphic.
He loves your intro.
Yeah.
I can put you in contact with the animator who helped me on that.
Oh, that would be really cool. Because he likes your intro.
Well, we also I think have your father is too much. Dad,
you should have just sent me a check. Why'd you give money to Google, Dad?
He just wants to inspire others to join in on the fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Daddy. That's so sweet.
And I think we have a theme song, Heat Wave.
Well, we're working on our theme song. Well, it's okay. It's
perfect.
free stock music, so you can call it whatever you want.
Yes, but it's perfect because it's Florida. It's got kind of like an 80s Miami Vice kind of sound to it. And I think it just kind of works with, where
I love that vaporwave vibe. I'm sure they'd be able to accommodate you.
That would be awesome. And then we would share the same people that did the Vaush intro. That would be really cool.
Just another way we're connected.
Oh my God. Well, I'm like a huge fangirl. Like it's all very surreal to me.
No, I wish I had brought some happy news, since that's what I heard you all talking about when I came in, that we're all in need of some happy news at the moment.
We are. Do you have any happy news?
Oh, I mean, things have been a little bit grim lately.
Well, we could talk smack about Ben Shapiro. That's always fun.
Oh, that's always fun. But then we're reminded of his existence, and then it's an ongoing.
Yeah, and then we're quoting him. By extension, you're actually talking about him.
That was just a video of yours I was just watching with you talking about him and Jordan Peterson.
We do have somebody who wants to come and say happy birthday to Jen.
Oh, no.
I just want to let all of you know it's been a really great evening, and I've been watching from behind, but I have to tell you something.
You're always from behind.
The party doesn't start until the Donald gets here. And of course, I wanted to wish you a wonderful, incredible, happy birthday. The traffic getting here from Mar-a-Lago is terrible, but of course, I was able to get here because they knew it was me. They had the Make America Great Again sign on the side of the limousine. They understood I needed to get to the party, and I'm here now. So I hope you're all having
I don't know who invited you.
Well, we're having a really, really great time right now. And Vaush, you have a lot of subscribers, a lot of followers, really big, really impressive.
Stop trying to
more on Twitter than you now, actually.
Not as well. That is only temporary. We're coming up with a new game. I'm having a new channel, a new social media page.
I saw your new social media page. It's basically just a blog.
Well, but the blog is really great. I just talk about how great I am, and everybody agrees. And they pay me to say that all the time. It's really incredible. It's not that difficult. Because I'm an incredible, stable genius, and I'll be running again soon. Just wanted to say hello.
Thank you.
You are lovely.
I need to give you the hug.
It's a good voice.
All right.
No, you know what? No, I have it, though. I have the good news. I don't know if this has already been brought up. I'm coming in 2 hours into this thing, but
No.
still, Chauvin, 3 charges guilty. I still can't believe it.
Oh, yeah, we could, you know what? I called it wrong. I called that they wouldn't get him on second-degree murder.
I did not think they'd get him on second degree. No.
And I'm glad they did. And the truth is that the evidence was there, but I was just I'm so used to feeling so defeatist. So I really thought, okay, maybe he'll get third degree and then he'll get the manslaughter charge. And I don't know if you saw that now the judge just, there was information just recently put out that because of aggravating factors, that's going to enhance his sentence.
Ooh.
Which is even more promising.
Yeah. And I really do think that his, his guilt, as much as anything, the movements around the country mattered, but there was video evidence, and to me, it gives even more credence to the idea that police officers have to be wearing body cams, especially anytime they're interacting with
If it weren't for that video, we never even would have had the conversation. The woman who took that video. My parents were in LA for the Rodney King riots, which, I mean, we all know how those went. And I was really worried it was going to be another one of those, a 20-year benchmark of racial injustice. And, of course, the guilty verdicts, they don't fix anything. But
right, it's not justice, it's accountability.
They make you feel a little good. I mean, that's something, isn't it? Just a little bit.
Watching him get handcuffed right out of the courtroom when they revoked his bail.
And you said that you were shocked.
His face when he got the guilty, he was like,
I gotta tell you, it gave me a warm and fuzzy feeling. I felt pleased by that.
Savvy, Erica would really like your take on this, because we know that, policing in communities of color is very difficult, but sometimes it takes that landmark circumstance that sets the precedents going forward. How did you guys react, and how do you feel at this point as far as that went?
Thanks, John. I actually had to take the day off, that evening off of the campaign, because it was so weighty. Finally, I felt that we were dealing with state-sanctioned violence against Black and brown people. I finally felt that, I agreed with the AG. It's not justice. It'd only be justice if you could bring him back, but it was a big step toward ending state-sanctioned violence against Black and brown. Within 24 hours of the verdict, though, we had an incident in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Andrew Brown, who was shot, I believe was 3 times in the arm, and what killed him was a shot to the back of the head. And still, there has not been a release of that video. So it's so important that we make sure that we continue to push, because we have to push for accountability. And that's passing the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. But in North Carolina, we also passed a bill several cycles ago that made it mandatory for police officers to turn and engage their dash cams and their body cameras when they are interacting with the public. And if it were not for the passage of that bill, now that bill did not go far enough, because it created a convoluted process in terms of getting a judge to release that video. And so my former colleagues are now fighting to have the video released within 48 hours. But it's so important that we not only take the merits of this case and that verdict as showing a big step toward addressing the needless and senseless killing of Black and brown people by police officers who are supposed to be there to protect and serve. We need to look at reforms that starts analyzing, just how we can stop some of these police departments who have historic issues with over-policing minority communities and use of excessive force. I mean, in that area alone, you have Philando Castile, who was murdered in a routine stop. You had Dante Wright that same week, who was murdered in a routine traffic stop. Perhaps we need to get public safety officials that are traffic cops instead of the police engaging citizens until we can crack down on this needless killing.
Yeah, agreed. Why does somebody need to have weapons to stop? You don't. And in fact, in Davie, where we live, when you see a Davie police car that says service aid, they're police officers, but they're unarmed, and they actually have all the same authority that a police officer does. So if you get pulled over, you're equally screwed. So, that just shows you that there is definitely a purpose for that.
Yeah, I was going to say that I actually talked to George Floyd's uncle, and he actually said that he's not mad at the officer, he's mad at the system, because he said he just feels like, he said, okay, you know, he was arrested, you know, he's found guilty. He said, but that's not going to bring my nephew back. And
Right.
he just said, it's just the cycle repeats itself. He said there were like 6 other police incidents right after that verdict was read. So it was really interesting to like hear that from him, that he said he's not mad at the officer, he's mad at the system.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
the
think
right
that makes him be an infinitely better person than me.
That's the right attitude, though, right? I mean, fixing on it like it's an individual problem never actually solves it. Some incident happens, you spend a year drumming up a trial, decide who's mad at who was in the wrong. Okay. Even if you get your verdict, great. That's one person down in a country of 1/3 of a billion. It's systemic issues that need to be fixed. So those are probably the ones worth being mad at. And, you know, I mean, Chauvin, it's really telling. I don't think that, like, there's some magical cop gene that makes people evil, you know? I think they get put into a boiler press that makes them very callous, you know, in some respects towards human life. They reify and reflect a lot of racial biases that express themselves in their training and the types of people they spend their time around. None of that gets solved by saying, this individual was bad, in jail now, we did it, nicely done. That's a very neoliberal approach to addressing systemic issues, personal responsibility, everyone for themselves. But you move past that, and you start targeting institutions, and then the people who told you individuals were the problem start sweating.
Yeah. Well, I also think there's a certain thing to be said. It's like it's a chicken and an egg situation, because I think that we've reached a point in policing where a certain type of person is going into that industry. You're going into that field because you want to be geared up in riot gear and going in to play commando. And this is now what that has become. So now we're attracting a certain mindset of people. If we had police departments, which is what I think they should be, which is the back end, which is investigating, clearing rape kits, doing the solving of things that actually are crimes, because we don't do that either. We've got so many untested rape kits and unsolved crimes that it's outrageous. So we should be spending time on that, but we don't need commandos. Oh, wow. P. Jones. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. All of this money, just so you guys know, is really going to help our Gen Core, our local organization. We're doing homeless bags in particular.
It's going towards my
directly to the tacos.
Fancy, and occasionally there are tacos, but it comes with a beach cleanup, okay? And plus, we're a 501c4. I don't even have to be transparent about our funds.
And I also think
I could have my beverage.
And if I can just add, you know, my thoughts. I think it just comes down to, if you're going to try to change anything systemically, you got to hit it on that one singular issue that everyone can identify with. And to me, that's ending qualified immunity. If you are able to end qualified immunity, what that does is it alleviates the issue in policing, which is, of course, the code of silence. And the Fraternal Order of Police is one of the most powerful unions in the country. And they are the ones on the front lines fighting that harder than anything else. It's kind of like the NRA in the sense that, you know, the NRA fights tooth and nail when it comes to things like anything that involves any type of regulation, like mental health screenings and ending the gun show loophole. Because if you were to do that, that means weapons manufacturers are going to lose money. So the whole goal here is never lose money. If we end qualified immunity, that's not going to be good for a lot of people's, you know, it wouldn't be good for a lot of people's pensions.
Why is that cat in a box?
This is favorite
Wait,
place
that's the
to
one.
be.
I never saw that one.
I'm contributing to the positive attitude. There you go.
No, he is. And plus, we didn't see that cat before. The one we saw before was your hairless.
Yes, we're mixing it up. There you go.
We're mixing it up. Oh my God, look. It's funny, we were talking about cats before because Allie, who is on here, Allie Dulcimer, who is candidate for Congress in Virginia,
I wish you luck,
is a cat person and was talking about her feline friends because she can't have dogs because of allergies. Is that it?
Yes.
Was that a good assessment of the situation?
That was a good assessment.
I do love that you're a pet person. See, how could somebody have a problem with you? Look at you with your cat. How cute.
It's just there's the good news, okay? We have a cat in the cameras. That's the These
That's
days,
your good
sometimes
news?
that's the best you can get, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. So I'm just glad that you came on. You always help us get people and donations, and it's so nice of you because I know you have to take time out of your busy gaming schedule.
Stop. Wait, I'm terribly sorry to the woman who just left. Thank you for coming on. It was wonderful
Thank
speaking.
you, Erica.
Thank you,
She
Erica.
just shot us a message. Yes.
I don't know if you know this when you came on, but she's running for U.S. Senate for North Carolina. So she's actually running a statewide campaign, which is insane. I have no intention of doing that, like ever. Just no.
You know, I on account of me doing decently on YouTube, I've got a good following and, you know, some money. I was hoping to, for the 2022 midterms, actually throw my weight behind a statewide candidate. Maybe help out and get some of my fans canvassing in a congressional or senatorial election. So we've been gearing up to that. We're in contact with a good number of people. I haven't chosen a campaign yet, but when it actually runs through, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So wait, you're where in Washington, right?
I'm in Washington. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Jason Call? He's a great
Jason
candidate.
Call.
On the list. It'd be easier close to home because otherwise I'd have to fly out every weekend, and that sounds like an inhibiting factor. So we'll have to see. But probably,
here's an idea for a local candidate. You have Jason Collin. For a statewide issue, you have Whole Washington, which is fighting for single-payer health care in the state of Washington.
Thank you, Spider O'Doom.
And they've been they really haven't been able to get the type of momentum that I have no doubt they truly deserve. Again, that's probably because the message they're conveying is the one that's the right one. And that's really what we need. Oh, wow. You got a lot
thank you. Praxis, Praxis has the good, this good socialist symbol. So definitely thank you very much. I like Vaush called people comrade. I don't feel like I can do that. I don't have standing to call people comrade because I don't know. I feel like I'd have to officially be like a Marxist or something to do that. What are the rules?
You're not doing that down here.
I won't call you out, whatever you do.
No, but what's interesting is, so when I was in college, which was many years ago, I took a lot of philosophy classes. I was a philosophy minor, and one of the classes I took was a Marxist class with a gentleman, and for the life of me, I cannot remember his name. He was amazingly cool, and he wore the same thing every day. He actually was like, if you saw him, he was like the stereotypical Marxist, and he for sure had people like following him. He was considered like a subversive. He was definitely someone that was on watch lists and all sorts of stuff. And he was like the nicest guy. And I always thought that was just so interesting how he was so like feared.
You have a beard?
Yeah.
There you go. That's how you know.
It's the beard?
Oh, for a Marxist? Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
You have to have a beard?
They won't even consider
well, now
you.
we're bringing in another beard. This is very exciting because now we could have like a beard fest.
Yeah, a beard.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
John, I need to head off, but I really wanted to.
This is Peter.
You could call me.
Sorry, what did I say?
No.
Call me
I'm sorry because you kept calling to John for earlier. Sorry.
Oh,
I know that's Peter.
Yes, John is our producer.
Calling about
John's in the chat.
I wasn't totally far off.
Anyway, I wanted to give you my birthday gift, which is my son singing because I can't sing.
Oh.
I can't sing.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
He's gonna sing.
Hey,
Entertainment. Entertainment is happening.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jen. Happy birthday to you.
That was so good. Are you a music major? What shirt are you wearing? Where are you?
So this is just a Pentagon hoodie. But I'm
Pentagon.
No.
Okay, well, there you go.
Get out.
No, I was a musical theater major. But I'm taking the year off to work full time on my mom's campaign.
Where do you go?
So I studied at Penn State. I was a Penn State BFA musical theater major.
That's really cool. My son did a little piano performance before, but he would never do anything live. I can't even believe he recorded himself for me, but he's at Ithaca doing classical piano.
Wow. Love Ithaca.
I'm a former Big 12er myself.
Oh, stop it. We don't want to hear about Rutgers. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing.
Good pipe.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sabrina, wonderful to see you again. Good to see you guys.
Thanks,
thank
Holly.
you.
I'm going to send you a graphic.
All right. Very cool. Bye.
Thank you,
Have a good
Melanie.
one. It was nice meeting you.
All right, Vaush, you got to stay because we're going to have a beard contest in a second. I don't know if you
Wait.
know.
You should have
All
seen
right,
me
wait.
back in college. It was way more impressive back then. I didn't even know how to shave.
Okay, well, you're going to have to deal because I don't know if you know our next guest that we're bringing on is another one of my favorite YouTube people. So it's kind of surreal having you both on at the same time. Like, this is kind of cool.
We're making it happen.
It's really cool. Like, I remember at my wedding looking around at all the different people from all different parts of your life in one place and feeling like this is really cool. This is kind of what this feels like. So this is Beau.
Beau of the fifth column.
Bring him on.
Whoa!
Well, howdy there, internet people. How's it going?
You guys know each other?
We are definitely aware of each other.
We're in the same circles, peripherally. Beau, I'm a fan of your work. Nice to see you.
You too. We've never actually done anything together, I don't think, but we definitely have a lot of overlap in audience.
I can see that.
Well, our audience is both like cool dudes. It's very strong overlap.
Whatever helps you sleep at night. Whatever helps you sleep.
I can see
your audiences are people that are preparing for the apocalypse. Is what's happening.
I can see the beard off. By the way, I know when I'm there.
Oh my god! Best ever!
I kept this a secret. I wasn't going to let it out of the bag. I was like, she won't ever suspect anything.
It's the best thing ever. It's the hi.
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. This is like the coolest thing ever. This is oh my God. I can't even believe it. You and Beau, because Beau's like my Mr. Rogers. I refer to him like, this is what Mr. Rogers said today, and I have to go hear what he said. And he breaks things down really nice and slow for the cheap seats. And I really appreciate that. He takes you really slow. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Does everybody know Nina?
Yeah, I would say yes.
You may have heard of her.
At some point, we may have been made aware. It's an incredible pleasure to meet you, Stoner.
Thank you. You all too. Peter, thanks to Peter. He wanted to make sure that I knew. And then he even sent me a reminder tonight. I'm just working really late.
Because he knows I tell him not to bother you.
No,
Happy birthday. Well, that is what a true blue does. Happy birthday, darling. How does it feel to be a grown?
I know. I'm not grown. I'm not grown. There's nothing grown about me
Jen has definitely been trying to keep her adolescence as alive as possible throughout the live stream so far.
I've already had a beverage. I came in a little toasty to begin with. You missed my parents were here. That was a brouhaha. It took them 20 minutes to get the camera going on their end. They're such boomers, but whatever. I'm so excited that you're here. So I don't know, seriously, the three of you are like my serious information sources. This is really surreal.
You're putting me on a very high pedestal.
Savvy is, I know. She knows what
I feel the same way. I'm like, what?
No, but I will say this. I think
she knows, but she's more like us. She's more like regular people.
And
wait. Well, I need to say, by the way, Nina, you've been an enormous source of inspiration to me for years now. So it's incredible speaking to you.
Yeah, I will definitely co-sign that as well.
Oh my God, they're starstruck by you, Nina.
And for everybody that's watching, remember that the only way we're ever getting anywhere in this country is if we put our differences aside and build these types of coalitions that are absolutely necessary, cross-pollination, if you will. As long as everybody recognizes that, the inside-outside strategy, Jen, as you talked about, we have to build our coalitions on the outside, and we must get this lady elected into the United States Congress. Cannot emphasize enough how important that is.
Yeah, one of the big reasons I was wanting to do a fundraiser originally, Nina, was to raise enough money to be able to rent a house for a chunk of time in Cleveland so that Gen Corps people could come up and volunteer. And so that's still like my big project idea, depending on how much money we bring in. But I had to give people real tangible amounts. So I'm like, $20, we're going to do care packs. We're doing hygiene, health packs for the homeless population here.
Yes.
My goal is $350 a month. I finally found a place to do distribution. And so $350 a month, which is, I think, it's pretty lofty goal, but I think we might be able to pull it together.
Well, it's all about, it's that ground level. Once you build the foundation, then it's much easier to grow.
And, and this is definitely something, Beau, you were a big part of inspiration for me for thinking to do this, because I loved your video with you and your friends sort of setting up all the equipment, doing he did a run, like a test run of the different survival kits, basically, like what's in a typical survival kit, what do you get? And he opened it up, and it was just really cool. And Beau has a really good way of making me feel like I could be responsible and preparing without being a crazy conspiracy theorist, waiting for the end times. So it's this really nice middle ground. And so we're doing packs for the homeless. And it's going to be, we're going to change it as we go, what people want and need. We were just talking to a gentleman the other day that said underwear is in high demand. So we're going to add underwear to our care packs. We had socks, we have blankets, toothbrushes, little toothpaste, little mini things. And just really and Band-Aids was another one that I think was a very requested item. So just trying to get them together.
Nina, you've obviously been on the campaign trail for a number of years now, but what's it like now being the candidate, and what have you learned, campaigning in Cleveland, and, more or less the needs of the people, and, certainly how you would look to make things better once you do get to Capitol Hill?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Peter. We're here to celebrate Jen.
Yeah, but celebrating me is plugging you, because the reality is
we wouldn't be here.
Not just that, but truthfully, and I say it all the time, like when people come down on the squad, and this, it's really frustrating because people don't understand what it's like on the inside. They only know what the little sound bites that they hear, and they love to criticize, and everybody's a friggin' Monday morning quarterback with all of it. And I think what people think is somebody gets in office that's on our same side, things are just going to happen. And what we really need is somebody to coalesce those people together and really have those. We need someone to corral, and it is kind of like herding cats, and take all the people that are on the right side and be that leadership person. And to me, that's you. And I really feel like you are and not to put pressure, like not to make it be like some idealistic thing, but I do think you're at a place wisdom-wise and age-wise, experience-wise, that is not going to go in there and bend a knee to anybody, and is going to be able to sort of rally the people that are there, because I do think they're well-intended. I do. I think anybody in there that's not corporate, that wants to represent their people, is there for the right reasons. I do. And I will give them the benefit of the doubt, but I think they need to be rallied. And I think that that's what's missing. I mean, what do you think?
No, I agree. We need to do more of that, giving people the benefit of the doubt, and to a point that Peter made earlier, their game, everybody has a role to play. A role to play. In terms of what's happening here, I mean, we're running really strong. It is because of a people-powered movement. The average donation is $27. We raise money in every zip code in the 11th Congressional District in the great state of Ohio. We raise money from every state in the United States of America, including the District of Columbia.
Okay, wait, more importantly, did you get money from Wyoming? Have you gotten money from Wyoming?
Every state, baby.
Unbelievable. It's the one state I didn't get was Wyoming. I'm still blaming it on Dick Cheney. I think
there's like 5 people in Wyoming, to be fair.
But now they can donate to your care pack. How about that?
Oh, yes.
Do we have any Wyoming viewers watching right now? Please contribute. Compensate for all. Yeah.
Where are you, Wyoming? Especially now, you just lost your nice leadership position.
I really want to go to Wyoming, because I'd love to go to Yellowstone.
I would too. I have no problem with Wyoming. I went to Colorado. We were really close to the border on numerous occasions. I have no problem with the Wyomingans, or what do we call people from Wyoming?
Oh my God, this party's getting
this
big.
is the best thing ever.
All right, I guess we should get everybody in.
Okay, I'm so excited.
So, for the mastermind of none other than MMT, Steve Grumbine, and the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Black at night. Tim Black is here.
Wow. Hey, what's up, man?
This is like natural. Does anybody remember Hollywood Squares? Nina, you remember Hollywood Squares. Steve, you do.
Well, Nina, of course, is in the center square.
Well, I've heard about Hollywood squares. Jen, how dare you say I remember?
Okay, well, I know that you're at least closer to my age than him.
I was looking.
This is the best thing ever. I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't even know what to do with myself.
You like my shirt, Jen?
I got.
I can only see half of the
Wait.
times
What
it's
does
top.
it say?
It says I got 99 problems, 420 solutions.
That's nice.
There you go.
Nice 420 homage.
Nice
I
homage.
appreciate that. My people.
Yes.
Nice
Right?
plug. I like it.
Yeah.
What up? What up? How you doing? Happy birthday, Jen. How you doing?
You. I'm so good. You are somebody in particular that recently I said to him, I'm like, I need to talk to Tim Black about this. And now for the life of me, I'm sitting here like a drink or so in, and I can't remember what it was that I wanted to talk to you about. Do you remember?
No.
That's what birthdays are for, sis.
I guess, but I was really, I would have, oh my God. I even think I might have even written some notes at some point down somewhere, but then I'd have to figure out where I wrote notes. But I came out of my room like, I need to talk to Tim Black about this. And now I can't remember what I wanted to talk to you about.
Well, I think the best thing
for the love of God.
I think the best thing we can talk about, since we have a lot of content creators and coalition leaders, is just the importance of recognizing how important it is that we do cross-pollinate and that we do build this sustainable movement, because there's so many egos out there.
Infighting,
credit and all that. Yeah, we've got to recognize that the only way we're ever going to save ourselves is if we do work together.
Yeah,
and it's not easy, but it's what's necessary.
I don't think it's so complicated. I don't have a problem working with anybody.
Can I speak to that really quick?
Yeah.
Because one thing that's always really frustrated me is it seems like the Republicans are really willing to work with any groups that'll up their chances. Charlie Kirk, TPUSA, these are college campus groups, The Democratic Party, the more traditional elements of it, seems like they're resistant to that kind of engagement. But the Squad, the modern progressive Democrats, way more willing to take advantage of, I think, the plurality of approaches, the multitude of ways you can convince people. A lot of people get their news online, millions of them. I mean, isn't Facebook the world's largest news site these days?
I think so.
That's not
horrifying.
That's horrifying.
Terrifying.
But it's true. But it's the world we live in. So we should be doing everything we can to up our engagement in these avenues.
I'm so glad you're back, Beau, because I thought you left without saying
Welcome
goodbye.
back,
And I think
Beau.
it's sad. And
It's the redneck internet out here. We can't.
Authentic.
Our friend Beau lives in Floribama.
He does live in Matt Gates's district, so it's how tricky it is in that.
That
part
true?
Of the state.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody because I haven't spoken. I feel like I'm being impolite. Hey,
No,
Nina,
you are not. Please speak.
how you doing, Nina? Vaush, how you doing? I heard a lot about you. Seth, Sabby, what's up, Sabby? And Steve, my longtime friend. Look at this, my brother we know each other for many years, man.
Chuck County.
Poe, I heard a lot about you, man. And of course, Peter, man, we go back too. So I just want to say hello to the room.
Love you, my friend. Good to see you.
No, it's so good. See, everybody can get along. Why can't everybody just get along and be nice?
If only all politics were this easy. Huh?
I don't understand why this is so complicated.
You know why everybody's getting along right now? Because we're not talking about politics.
No,
We're
but we
just hanging
could
out.
be. But this is sort of like pretty much. There's probably only a few variances amongst this group.
Get rid of the legislative branch, replace it with a 24/7 your 50th birthday fundraiser stream, and we've solved everything. We're fine.
Good to go.
I would look. I always said everyone sees life as this pie. So if somebody's getting a bigger slice, they're getting a smaller slice. And I have forever seen it as an endless supply of pot cookies. So it's never been anything where if I have some, then someone else has less. When we could just make more cookies.
It's infinite. There's an infinite
amount of pot
recess.
cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to say it's sand on the beach. If all of us were on the beach and we had our buckets and it was sand as far as the eye can see, we wouldn't see each other as a threat because there's a whole bunch of sand on the beach.
Yes, exactly.
Screaming at someone else. No, that's going to be mine. They're like 3 miles away, with their own little bucket. Yeah. One day I'll get there, and that belongs to me. Uh-oh. Oh no,
No,
Beau.
he's going to have probably Floribama internet problems.
I think actually when you first did a podcast with him, he mentioned that he has really bad connection out there.
Yes, he lives in the middle of nowhere. He's like 30 miles from the nearest town, I think.
That is awesome.
Wow.
Beau's really like a prepper. Like he's more than capable of surviving off the grid for a month and all that stuff.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. But it's always interesting to learn more about, everyone's coming from like different sections of the country. Nina's in Ohio, Vaush is in Washington, Sabby's in Massachusetts. Steve, I know Tim's in Maryland. Steve, where are you?
Somewhere in the East Coast.
So ironically, Tim and I are literally, we're literally from the same hood. I swear to God, we've drove the same route 210 every day. We've been in the same stomping ground. So yeah, no joke.
Okay, Tim, I just remembered. All right. Now it was what? It was something you said that was the funniest thing ever to me that I could not stop laughing and I was crying. And this is what you said. You were doing a piece about somebody having their panties in a bunch about something. I don't even remember what it was. And you turned and you said, "You will not survive this world." And I just started roaring. And I'm like, that is the best. And so that is now what I say. When somebody is just having some oversensitive snowflakey issue, I'm like, you will not survive this world.
Well, the thing, it's not for you. It's too, you got to have thick skin, man.
One thing I've always struggled with.
Man, and to your earlier point, my wife about the sand, Nina made an analogy about the sand, and there's a bunch of sand. My wife, I affectionately call her Mrs. Black, because that works on many levels. She always says, "Tim, what's for you is for you."
Amen.
For you, it's for you. That leader, what are you talking about? What, she teaches me to have patience and not trip off really anything.
Well, someone's got to keep you in line.
Yeah, she does. She does a good job, and occasionally I keep her in line because she got a lead foot. I know what it is with women that think they can't get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? They don't think tickets.
I think we can all agree. I mean, it'd be great to have a world where people can be super, super sensitive and it not affect anyone. People should be able to. I mean, day to day, everyone gets their time to relax. If there's any time that we can't afford to be sensitive, it's coalition building, okay? A lot of people infight over nothing, and that's the line right there. As long as we can all get along and push for the world where people do have a right and an ability to be oversensitive in their own corners, I think that's what matters most,
Wouldn't it be great to have like a Babel fish in your ear so that all you hear is the Douglas Adams version of their world? That way it never offends you. You just kind of laugh through everything. Hey, pull the Babel fish out to get reinserted into the Matrix, drop it back in and enjoy life. I think that would be fantastic.
Well, people do that. It's just usually with like a lot of copious amounts of like drugs, but
drugs and earbuds.
Yeah. Well,
You guys.
Yeah.
Darling, I'm dropping. Much love to you, baby.
Thank you so much for coming. That was like the best.
Oh, woman's birthday, baby.
You got her, Nina.
Oh my God. I was like, ah!
Good luck.
So,
good luck with your race.
Nina, before you leave, though, one of the people put a $5 comment out there saying, we got to get Nina Turner on the Macro and Cheese podcast. So I'm here to speak that into existence.
Oh.
We need you.
Oh, thank you. Well, they just listen. Send me an email. SNT.
Nina, look, she showed up. I didn't even know she was coming. Nina's very accessible. She really is, and very
woman of the people.
I try.
You're the best. I'm gonna have to come to Cleveland.
How to find me? Jen does. Just go ahead and do it. Black does.
Yeah, I need to come up there. I at least want to be there when you win. I'm gonna have to come to Cleveland.
Look, we gotta make sure she wins.
August the 3rd is election day. Early July the 7th, but the day is August the 3rd. So hey, all of you are welcome to come on down to the 11th.
Well, depending on how much money I raise tonight, we might be able to have like Casa Gencor and have. I've looked at some really nice big houses in the Cleveland area to be putting in some money on.
Well, we got
get a nice big rental and go party up in Cleveland.
No partying. We're here to help her get elected.
Well,
that's what matters.
She's gonna get elected and we're gonna party.
Have a party in the election process. We want it to be fun.
There you go.
Greater Cleveland or Greater Akron, come on down and be with us in the 11th Western District. So love
from Cleveland to Capitol Hill, may it be true.
Thank you, everybody. Nina Turner.
Thank you, Nina. Good luck.
Bye. Bye.
See you soon.
See you later.
I was wondering if you had any surprises up your sleeve because I thought I pretty much knew everybody. That was an awesome surprise.
I hope that was good enough.
I mean, not that everybody here isn't spectacularly amazing because like the fact that like my content creators are in one place.
No, but I think you guys would all agree that she is the heir apparent to Bernie's movement. I've been saying that for a while. I really think that, you know, she's the person to carry the torch.
She's the best that it's going to get in electoral politics.
And I also think that she's willing to go places that Bernie was not willing to go. And I think that that's just, you know, that comes with life experience, maybe not being on Capitol Hill as long as he's been, and, you know, just all the things that come with it. And I just naturally think that she has that capability of carrying the movement forward.
If age is an issue, we could always make a mecha Bernie. We put his brain in a machine, and he just roams the continental United States in a mecha about 9 feet tall. In case age is the concern.
Vaush, do you see this comment?
Which one? Vaush is like if Seth Rogen, the DNC. Is that a compliment?
I don't know.
I can't give that a compliment. That doesn't sound like.
Yeah, I don't want to direct. I like Seth Rogen. I don't want to.
I appreciate the contribution.
You know what? The only thing I can say.
I disavow the DNC.
All I can say is that by Vaush coming on the stream this evening, it has completely changed the dynamic within which we have been able to fundraise, and so. You know, are we running out of space? I think, yeah, we are, and that's I think that's why, Beau, you were also getting kicked was because of I think we're only able to hold so many at once.
No, I don't know. He's having technical issues.
No, I think that was the issue. So we do have a couple more guests who want to come on. So we do obviously have to say goodbye to Savvy and to Vaush. We have a couple more people that are going to be coming on. We want to keep our bandwidth strong, but we first want to say thank you, Savvy. We really appreciate it. You've been wonderful. And Vaush, no matter what anybody says, you have done an unbelievable job helping us grow our channel.
You really have, and I'll forever be thankful and loyal. Yeah. And I, you know, I still don't see what people have an issue with, but you know, I'll keep looking.
It's what it is.
The compliments are nice. The connection to the DNC is bad. I'd say it all leveled out 50-50, you know? Hey, Jen, congratulations on the 50th. It looks like you got a wonderful thing going on here. I'm happy to talk with you more in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vaush. Thank you. Bye, Savvy.
Thanks, Savvy.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later.